What are some mistakes folks make with prenups? Alton Abramowitz, the past president of the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers, is here to explain. Welcome, Alton.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So one mistake is to think of the prenup as a negative thing. You said that's not necessarily the case.
That's correct. One of the reasons that you would want a prenup is to avoid litigation later on. It's private ordering. You're keeping the case out of the courthouse. You're not having some disinterested third party, a judge, deciding your future. You've already planned for what might happen, and there's a great degree of certainty that's attendant to signing a prenup.
That's a positive way to look at it. Now, one thing is you don't want to do this under duress. You don't want to have to rush to do a prenup, right? That's sort of not a good situation.
Yeah, first off, the prenup itself may be vulnerable if it's signed shortly before the marriage. We generally recommend that people start negotiating the prenup at least 6 months in advance. And a minimum of 3 months in advance, because it tends to be fairer and it gives people a chance to work through the issues, talk them through, think them through, discuss them, and really plan for their future and learn about what it is that's important for their spouses as well as themselves in terms of how they see things.
So being too tight-fisted is another mistake folks make. So what do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is an agreement that's so financially one-sided that the non-moneyed spouse feels like they were being treated unfairly from the very outset, that they're not really a true partner in the marriage, that their contributions and self-worth aren't being recognized, and that they're really treated in effect as a servant, a maid, or a manservant, a butler. Some people say arm candy. It really requires looking at marriage in a way that has some equality to it, particularly in this post-women's movement world.
Great tips. Thanks, Alton.
You're welcome.